Welcome back. The GQ's Men of the Year Awards are here. The prestigious event takes place on the 10th of December, that's actually today, at the Leonardo in Sandton, Johannesburg. The awards will recognize the most inspirational and influential men and women shaping our cultural landscape. The list of nominees includes innovators, humanitarians, designers, entrepreneurs, and industry leaders. To share more on these awards, we're joined by Editor-in-Chief for GQ South Africa, Molife Kumona. Molife, very good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome.
Morning, how are you?
Good, how are you, man? Good to have you on the show this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Let's talk about these awards and its intentions.
So GQ Man of the Year is just pretty much to celebrate people who've made a contribution to our culture during the year. People who've been inspirational, people who have been thought leaders, people who have basically taken a stand about one thing or the other for the positive, and also people who've used their lives, their gifts to inspire other people. So that's basically who we celebrate. Obviously, it's different categories. We celebrate everyone from someone in entertainment, someone in humanitarian, business,
And I see that these awards are called Men of the Year Awards, but they recognize both men and women. Will this not perhaps cause some sort of conflict, especially from the women's side who have been winners of this particular award, saying that, I mean, why are they, winners of a men's award?
So I think they're called Men of the Year because, GQ is a male magazine. And within it, that's where we've got a Women of the Year award. And when we have a Lifetime Achievement Awards as well, we do play on whether it's man or female. So core of it is men's awards, but of course within the awards, we've got like a Women of the Year category. So that's where women come in.
So personally, what do these awards mean to you as both a man, a gentleman, and an editor?
I think as an editor, the awards allow me to work with the team, obviously, to recognize people who are making a positive contribution within our culture. I mean, there's a whole lot of things that happen throughout the year, some not positive, but it allows us to award people and celebrate people who made that positive contribution throughout the year. For me personally, I think as a man, it just allows me to and the brand to focus on a celebratory part of being a man in South Africa, and also celebratory part of the fact that your work, whatever work you do, we're celebrating that work, and we're saying that we see the work you're putting, and we're using you as almost like a benchmark, but also as an inspiration for those who look at you and the awards.
And I know that there's so many who are an inspiration. There's so many men and women out there who've touched so many lives and made a difference in people's lives. So what's the thought process in coming up with the ultimate winners? What is it that you look out for?
Okay, so we pretty much look at the year, right? So we look at the year and what has been happening within the year. We look at the different industries and people who've made the most impact. And this impact in business, for example, we've got the Standard Business Leader Award that we're working with. So we look at who has been a leader in business, who has had a great year in business, not only in terms of their own financial, but in terms of the impact that that business has had on people. Secondly, we look at the level of, so obviously maybe so top 10, we look at top 10 people who has been, say, Entertainer of the Year, who has ranked the most in terms of Entertainer of the Year. Lifetime Achievement as well, which is Hennessy VSOP Privilege Lifetime Achievement Award. We look at who has had the ability through their career to have a really strong impact in whatever field they're in.
So you look at the length of the career and how much impact or positive impact that person has made.
The person has made, yeah.
And
we've got a group of adjudicators, obviously. We've got editors within the GQ brand, previous winners, some people within industry key players who we also work with and sit down as a panel and go like, okay, here's a short list. We do pros and cons. We do, okay, this one is better based on this, based on that. So are you at liberty to tell us who's on the judging panel and the sort of value that they bring to these awards? Well, not necessarily names, but I'm at liberty to say that obviously as the editor-in-chief, I'm on the judging panel. We've got the GQ team. We've got captains of the different industries that we do awards. So captains in business, captains in innovation, humanitarian, entertainment,
How does winning this award elevate one's career? I mean, what kind of doors does this award open?
So first, without bragging, it's GQ. So I think,
but of course,
definitely,
but of course,
it's GQ, and I think it is a stamp to say that we see you. You're doing well. We're celebrating with you. Last year, Business Leader of the Year went to Theo Baloy, who had done exceptionally well. So it's that stamp to say we see you. You're doing great, and for some people, it also gives them that exposure to a global audience that GQ also reaches as well.
You know, there's this other pandemic called gender-based violence.
Yes.
And I'm just wondering whether these awards will sort of pay tribute to the struggle and the fight against gender-based violence.
Yes, definitely we will. In 2020, we had, I forgot the name of the organization that won for Humanitarian of the Year award. And this year as well, we will pay tribute to them, because obviously we pay tribute to people who are making the contribution in changing the narrative in terms of gender-based violence, people who are actively doing something about it. So we pay tribute to those organizations and individuals as well.
And, you know, as well as people and men who are opening up the communication lines in terms of talking about gender-based violence, both as a victim and both as you know, perpetrators of gender-based violence. So the prize package, what are we looking at?
So I mean, obviously it's an invite only event. We've got 12 categories. So the winners themselves get different gifts from winning. To say we celebrate you, here's your award, there's the statue, and then various gifts. So price, obviously it's the tickets themselves are not for sale, but invite only.
Okay.
Yeah.
So who are you inviting?
Key players in the industry, so various industries, top business people, top people in lifestyle, top people in humanitarian, basically people who are also on the level of the people we are awarding. Those are the people we're inviting to the awards, yes.
Okay. So this is an annual event, right?
Yes, it is. It's the 4th year running this year in the 23 years that GQ. So we celebrate 23 years this year as GQ in South Africa, and it's the 4th year that we have these awards running.
And I'm sure that each and every year you want to make the awards a little bit different and a little bit more unique and much better than the previous years. So what is it that you've done this year compared to the previous years?
Our categories, in terms of category winners, different. We also have the People's Choice Awards, which we haven't done. So what we did is we had a list of 5 nominees. Then we handed it over to the people of South Africa, the GQ readers as well, to vote. So that's something different we've done. And also in terms of some of our performers, I mean, we've got Judith Sepuma performing tonight. We've got DJ Matt L performing, PH, Unati Nkai, and Donovan Goliath, who are the MCs. So it's different people that are coming in to elevate the event, obviously, because every year we aim to go higher and higher and get better and better.
I'm quite excited about the People's Choice Award because, you know, it gives the people the power, because the power rests in the people, the power rests with the readers of a particular publication. So is voting closed?
So voting closed yesterday.
Oh, okay.
But we had like a stunning list with Linda Majola, we had Kwenzo Mgogo, we had Langa Mavuso, we had Russell Abrahams, and we had Sasha Mongezulu, who is the Stormers player. So that list was just also quite a wide range, so you can pick, quite difficult to pick from, actually, at least for me. It was just like, wow, I don't know who I would pick for if I had to do it.
Difficult because I wasn't there, I wasn't in the list.
No, listen, there's always next time. There's always next time.
I got you. Thank you so much for joining us, man.
Cool. Thank you for your time. Totally appreciate it.
Great stuff. Well, many individuals who have been both inspirational and excellent in their fields will be honored at the GQ Men of the Year Awards. We just spoke to the editor-in-chief for GQ South Africa, Molife Kumona.